Hi guys, so we're at this year's 2026 NAMM, and this year I thought we were gonna have a little themed video. So we're gonna check out digitally controlled and recallable analog gear. So really exciting. Let's go. We're here at NAMM and we're gonna talk to West Audio and Michael. Obviously they are known for doing recallable analog gear, and you have some new stuff out, you said.
Yes.
It's a summing unit.
So this year we just released today the NG Sandbox, which is technically a next generation summing system, as we call it. So this is 18x2 summing system with 16 level of analog automation, plus variable THD on each channel, 2 external inputs, and it also has some 2-bus processing. We implemented read control, which manipulates the side signal but also saturates the side signal, so this is a little bit different than the other approaches on the market. It has 2 dual output stage. It can be electronically balanced or transformer balanced output stage. We have 16 VO meters, LED meters on the left side, which are our input meters, and we have also the VO meters on the right, which is our sound signal. Okay. We have also 2 recallable insert points, where we can change the order as well. Each channel has direct output, which can be post or pre-fader, and yeah, this is basically it. And everything is controllable through the DAW plugin, when you can record automation, automate signals, but also whole unit is fully manageable via external controller. So it's fully integrated, so we can change all the levels, saturation, etc.
It's a mixer.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mixer per se, but
it feels like it's more than just a summing box.
Exactly.
You can actually mix it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool. And I mean, all your stuff is recallable, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have to recall it from a plugin, or can you recall it just on the unit?
So each unit has usually 3 preset banks, which is ABC.
Yeah.
Like those 2 rack units have more advanced features. That you can also store 200 presets on the unit itself. But the biggest strength of it is like control it from the plugin and recall it through the DAW session. So you can easily work very fast on each project and just swap it whenever you need. So and every setting is popped up when you open a session.
Okay. So you have your own dedicated 500 rack,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
That is, does that integrate more directly with the DAW?
Yeah, so the idea is that this is like very similar to the 500 series rack. It is also fully compatible with other 500 series units, but it has some additional connection on the back, which allows our module to be fully integrated with digital recall.
I've seen your stuff on Instagram, and you do the digitally controlled analog stuff, so that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, everything is brand new designs here at NAMM. So we are presenting and releasing everything for the very first time.
Yeah.
And we have a whole lot of stuff, actually, because we are extremely small, and so taking 6 new designs to the exhibition wasn't so simple. We have our big mixer, which is 32 channels, the same as there. Yeah. We have a smaller version, which is already in use by several engineers. This one is bigger.
It's a 32 analog mixer.
32 analog mixer, fully analog, no digital, no conversion in the analog path. It's really different from our previous and current module, because this one has full panning on each channel. So you can use that as a classic mixing console by matching couples of channels into stereo or not. And when you use one channel as mono, you can still full pan one. When you use
does it have stereo? Oh yeah, it has stereo buses, or
it has 4 auxiliary stereo buses, which are full panning stereo buses too. So you can mix. You can build 5 full mixes completely independent, one from the other one. Each channel has full dynamics, so you have several modes of analog compression.
This one. How do you fit everything in there?
Yeah, this one is one channel. This one is one mono channel.
Okay.
For example, this one is the path control, because you can by switching by one switch you can swap insert, external insert for that channel and analog and dynamic control.
Okay.
So if you, for example, on the insert have an equalizer, typical is when you want to swap EQ and dynamics. No? So this is it, and we have several VCAs that manage the sense to the sides. In the middle of each channel, couple of channels, we have a panning board for the auxes.
Okay, so every channel makes up of these two?
Every couple of channels have just about the material, but they don't share anything. They are completely independent. Okay. So we were able to stuff 32 of these because one layer is 16 and under this one usually is the other board with 16 more.
Well, how do you control the mixer? Is there a software for it? Or?
As you can see, it's a blind front panel, and you control it through Ethernet. Yeah. So by Cat 5, Cat 6.
Do you have a software for it, or?
You can choose, because the real news for us with these designs was completely split the control from the processing, including the 500. No?
What 500 units do you have?
We have four new 500 units. This one is a 5 bands analog EQ with dynamic option, with dynamic mode. This one is a PWM compressor. So we have 4 products with 4 front plates and 4 processing boards. Usually, normal way, you install this one inside and it's front plate, but you don't have any frame.
All right.
In some extreme cases, you could be interested in installing the front plates in one lunchbox in one place, like front of house, and the processing in another lunchbox, for example. Sure. Quite special, but still it could happen.
That's smart.
And you can mix and match everything. So for the mixing, for the faders, you can use our controller. For pans, for example, you can use this, which are touch-sensitive infinite rotation.
Okay, so you can control this mixer with.
Exactly. If you have a lot of money and want to to build a whole, well, not so much actually, but if you want to build a full console with a 1-to-1. You can set and install one compressor, one EQ, and times 8. And one of these, times 4, you get a full 32 channels mixer.
So it's very modular.
Extremely modular. Or you can just, this one is mine, for example, my unit. One each with a transport control and markers. And you can build your desktop unit. And for example, I used to assign these buttons to channels. So these go to the channel I want to target in that moment, no? Or you can use this to drive this one, the mixer. Or you can mix and match software and hardware. Cool. So for example, use this by software in your DAW, or your software to control the processing, or this to control the software. You are free to mix and match whatever you want.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm here to check out your new product, the Producer Channel.
Okay, thank you. So this is a GC Audio Total Recall channel. So this is a fully adjustable channel sweep with a Class A mic preamp stage with pad, inverse, low cut, EQ in, dynamic section in, 4 bands optocoupler equalizer stage, fully adjustable VCA compressor stage with an independent de-sync voice sync system, independent 1-tune stage, and of course you can store and recall your setting. So for example, you can recall the guitar setting, recall. Or recall your voice setting.
That is very handy.
So it works in standalone mode, no need computer. But if your remote control is needed, you if you move the knob here,
Yeah.
the knob move here.
All right.
If you move the knob here, the knob move here. Choose a preset from here. Recall. You have a remote recall.
That's awesome. But is it mostly for a recording channel, or can you use it as a mixing tool too?
Both. You can use on recording channel strip. It's perfect for the voice because they sing system, but you can use for snare, kick, like you want, or in insert. For example, in Pro Tools, we have a track, and the plugin is in insert on a track,
Yeah.
and you can have your hardware preset from Pro Tools.
All right. That's very handy.
Thank you. You have a DI instrument input too. You have on the 4 bands high Q setting to track the frequency you want to remove or add. Harney, play EQ to put the VCA compressor before the EQ. The day setting, tube warmth.
Yeah.
So it's not just tube preamp. The goal is to bring low frequency THD situation. So you add not just gain, but you add density in the audio signal path. A new product.
Yeah.
It's a complex design to have a total recall on 16 pots setting and 20 digital push
Relays.
button.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the first one. This is very high-end motorized
Yeah,
port,
feels really good.
and the life is more than 15,000 cycles.
So you can turn them a couple of times.
So you can make a lot of recall.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very, very nice.
So we're here also with Elysia and Dan.
Nice to meet you. So
Recallable
currently, as
or-
far as recallable, this is the first. This is their pioneering development into digitally recallable analog. It is fully analog still, no DSP whatsoever.
Yeah.
On the GUI, everything's one-to-one with it, with the exception of the routing.
Yeah.
So when I want to do the routing, it actually gets a little bit simpler, if you
Okay.
will. So you can actually see the order of things changing in real time
Oh, nice.
on there. But other than that, everything is one-to-one between the software, and so you can have this remote in the booth or right in front of you. It's exactly the same, the control. But yeah, the unit itself, it is essentially a no expenses spared, no compromise channel strip. So Class A discrete preamp on the front end, variable high pass filter, obviously 48 volts, and then switchable line instrument. The EQ itself is a 4-band dynamic, fully parametric dynamic EQ. So you can actually change it here and you'll see the Q. And then on the low bands, you can actually make it I'll show you. You can actually make it a shelf. So I can make it really wide and then actually it'll turn into a shelf there.
Okay.
But as you can see from the feed, everything is dynamic. So it's a fully dynamic EQ. Moving forward, the compressor, 2-stage compressor. So first stage of it is very similar if you're familiar with the rest of their series, like the M-pressor. So low ratio, a lot of control, very smooth. That's how that is. But then you have the second mode, which is the limiter, and they operate in parallel. So whichever side chain, whichever meter actually measures the most, it goes to that one.
Okay.
So there's always the chance of when you run 2 compressors in series that you can overwhelm both of them, and you can kind of suck the life out of your vocal. So with this one, it knows if you hit one really hard, it's just going to go to the limiter. It's not going to do the compressor anymore. So that's a fantastic feature. And now obviously with the gain reduction limiter, if you just don't want it to go like a max of 5 dB, set it to that, max of 5 dB, and you're good.
Oh, cool.
My personal favorite section, because I love getting gritty with these things, the flavor knob. So I'll reset it now so you can see, but you can infinitely variable and dial in what flavor you want the preamp to be.
Oh.
So right now it's bypass, so there is clean. It's gain on a wire, no tone, it's just pristine, perfect.
Yeah.
Depending on what I set it here, like sunrise or saturation or warmth, it'll actually really, it's very heavy-handed. It will really change the sound. So if you want like that dense kind of vintage sound. It is 2 clicks and you are in vintage retro city. You know what I mean? It can be, and then of course anywhere in between. Getting to the end, here's the presets. So we have 22 presets on board.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because that's also very handy if you don't want to pull up the...
Right, so actually there's another feature, so don't let me forget that. But yeah, 22 presets on the face. In here, 1 million, unlimited. You as many presets, and there's actually a preset folder where you can organize them and everything in the GUI. Right on this side is your actual foldback. So if you have mixes coming from your DAW, or if you're doing a rehearsal or anything, right? It actually has multiple inputs to be able to feed in cue mixes. And you can make your own right here, and depending on if you're the artist, engineer, or whatever you're doing, you can have different mute groups. So it's like, hey, real quick, I want to hear this, switch. I want to hear something without a backing track.
Okay, so you have like a monitor section in
full monitor section, 2 headphone outputs, and then my favorite, which is, because if I do a lot of, I've had this unit in my studio for the last month, I do a lot of just rehearsals without booting Pro Tools at all. This has a reverb on it. And so if I just, and it's only going to the headphones. So if I just want to dial in like a perfect sound and then dial in some reverb just so it doesn't sound like I'm in my vocal booth in my studio, I can just go and just belt out and have fun, you know what I mean? And just rehearse and feel like I'm actually in an environment, you know? So they thought of everything. Everything is covered on it.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, so we're also with Cranborne Audio, which also makes some really cool stuff. Also, because I'm checking out gear, analog gear, there is recallable or digitally recallable. And
bringing analog into the 21st century.
Yeah, and you've been doing that for quite a while, right?
Yeah, like we, a couple years now. It's something we always wanted to do, but it's really tricky. Like you have to be honest with you, you have to design the analog circuit from scratch to do it. It's really hard to take something like an opto cell or a FET and make it digitally controllable. They're just like, they're old components, they don't have that sort of thing. So that's why all the circuits we've designed, they've been designed from the beginning to be digitally recalled analog. So it's different. It's hard to take a 50-year-old circuit and make it digitally recallable. You can do it with relays and stuff like that.
Yeah, just motorized stuff like that.
Exactly, or motorized pots, whereas like we make modern circuits using modern components, but it's all analog with digital control.
Yeah. But anyway, so I've tried some of your stuff before and it's amazing. I love it, but this one is new, right?
This is our brand new, this is our Bricklane MC4. It's a 4-channel dynamics processor. So we call it dynamics because every channel has a compressor and a gate. It's 4 channels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So every channel has a compressor and a gate. Yeah. And then it has all this advanced stuff as well. Like you have de-essing. You know, you can basically, the 4 channels can be patched however you want. You know, you could make it a chain stereo a compressor. You could mid-side. You can make it dual band as well. So it just has a lot of options, and it's all digitally controllable. So the plugins here, everything is controlled from here. Yeah, you see it, including the matrix. You know, any configuration you want, all from your DAW, very simply.
Does it also work as like a multi-band compressor? Or?
Yeah, so it has a dual band mode. So multi-band, like 3-4 bands of compressors. You got to be careful because like you have crossovers and then there's phase around the crossover. So if you have a multi-band compressor, if you have those crossovers really steep, you get a lot of phase effects. Whereas if they're gentler, then you don't get the phase stuff. But then it's hard to do like 6 bands when you don't have
all of them over.
This is the issue. So you know, like I think a DSP plugin is the best place for like a 6-band multi-band compressor. Yeah. But like in the analog realm, that's going to have a lot of phase and a lot of tricky things. So dual band gives you a lot of what you want.
Oh, you can do a lot with dual band.
You could treat the bass and the low mids differently than you treat the presence band. You know, there's still a lot of flexibility there, and it's analog. So it's more forgiving, it's more euphonic. You know, whereas like a DSP plugin has to do a little bit more heavy lifting because it doesn't have like the tone that analog has. So you'd be surprised how far dual band can get you.
I mean, I love that you have all the visual feedback straight on the unit, so you don't really have to use the plugin. You can work straight out of here.
Exactly. And then if you change the modes, you'll see like the knees change and stuff like that because each mode is different. You know.
Can you also save presets on the hardware unit itself, or
presets there? Or you can save them in the plugin. Or you don't have to save any presets. If you just save your DAW session,
of course,
it will recall them.
I just think it's interesting. So, I mean, if you would use it in a fully analog environment, it's still useful to be able to save presets.
Exactly, right, and right in the unit right there.
Yeah.
Save, done.
Awesome.
It has fully balanced inserts that you can bypass. Also, they have 5 different insert points.
Oh, it inserts also.
Has inserts as well.
Cool.
And it's all, again, this is all digit-controlled patching. So it's like a digitally controlled patch bay as well.
Yeah.
So like the inserts, you could bypass them remotely, but also you have 5 different insert points. Pre-comp, post-comp, post-mix. And then in mid-side mode, you get pre-MS encoding or post-MS encoding.
Okay.
And then it has 4 external sidechain inputs as well. So and you can assign that to any of the compressors.
So like
have a bass
having
kick, a
this on
snare.
a master as a mastering tool would be very useful.
Exactly, yeah. Like you can have 2 stereo compressors, one a mix bus compressor at the top of your chain, the other one a mastering limiter at the end of the chain, and then the inserts had the rest of your analog chain in it, which you can then bring in, bring out, or change where it's coming in the signal flow.
That's awesome.
It's like a hub for your mastering chain.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Ulf.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Okay, so we're here with Tegeler Audio, which is also like a staple almost in digitally controlled analog gear, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, for 10 years now.
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
You said you are announcing new gear within the next couple of weeks or months.
Months, yeah.
But we don't have anything here, so
Yes.
if you want, you can just give me a quick run through of what we.
Now, what is new? For a while, we switched logo to a new version and also have now the green faceplate.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, I remember you sold out
the blue ones.
the blue ones. Yeah.
And all the products that will be produced newly will have that green faceplate. But the electronic is not changing, so it doesn't matter if you have a blue or if you have a green
it's
one.
the same.
It's from sound-wise, it's the same. And of course, we will expand the remote control feature to all of our products.
Okay.
So that's the goal, to step by step replace the old ones by the remote controlled ones.
So are they connected via USB or?
No, we use Ethernet because USB is limited to 5 meter in total, and also when you look at how often it changes, USB A, USB B, and now we are USB C. For us, Ethernet, you can have a cable length, hundreds of meters. You can
That's
use the switches you already have.
Yeah.
And it's around unchanged since the 80s, and it will be more sustainable in the
It
future.
will stay. It will stay.
And also, I personally believe in haptics, and that's why we don't use encoders and LEDs. We use really real knobs, real servo-controlled pods.
Yeah.
For me, the main reason is I can feel where it is without looking at it.
Yeah.
I can sense it, so it's different to. I don't have to look at gear. I can.
But how does it work when you recall settings?
You have the plugin, and they both follow each other. You change here,
Yeah.
the plugin follow, and also when I change here,
it's
the
not
knob
motorized
follows.
then.
So you can automate it, and what you see is what you get.
Yeah. Which one is your best seller?
The best seller is the Creme,
Yeah.
and actually the not remote controllable one,
Okay.
because it's longer on the market, and also this one, now the remote controller one. Because what you get for the money, you get an SSL compressor and a Pultec EQ
In the same, yeah.
for around €2,000, and that's really
How much did you say? How much did you say it cost?
2,000, I think.
That's very good.
And I think in Sweden it will be, because you have a higher VAT, then it will be a little bit more. But what you get for that price is you put it on your mix bus and you are done. And
But is it stereo or?
It's stereo.
It is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of those.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And what we also do, if you're interested in testing it, we also send out gear for testing. So
Yeah, I've seen that. That's
in the European Union, it's
very nice
you just registered, and we will send a unit for testing.
that's very good. That's a good selling point.
Yeah.
So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.